Switch has a strong lineup of games on the way, and in this video I want to walk through the ones I'm most looking forward to. Some of these you've probably heard of, and some might be new to you. Either way, let's get into it. Little Witch in the Woods is a cozy game where you play as Ellie, a young apprentice witch who settles into a quiet forest village while finishing her magical training. The game is not about fighting bosses or saving the world, it is about small, everyday magical moments. You spend most of your time exploring the forest to gather ingredients, brewing potions, crafting sweets, and helping the villagers with their problems. Relationships build gradually, the community grows over time, and hidden secrets are discovered at your own pace. The world has a lot of personality to it. Creatures behave differently depending on the time of day, and the NPCs each carry their own little stories. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the direct continuation of one of the most well-known stories in gaming history, and it is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. The story picks up right where the previous chapter left off, with Cloud and his companions leaving Midgar and entering a much wider world. That world is made up of large regions filled with side quests, mini-games, hidden secrets, and locations that fans of the original game will recognize, all rebuilt with modern detail. The game moves away from a linear structure, letting you explore open environments, uncover lore, and follow the trail of Sephiroth across the planet.
Well, Red, how do we look? You!
Yoshi and the Mysterious Book takes Yoshi into a brand new adventure built around a very specific concept. The story begins when a talking encyclopedia named Mr. E falls from the sky onto Yoshi's island. This book is not just an object, it contains an entire world full of creatures, mysteries, and hidden secrets. Yoshi jumps inside its pages and begins exploring. Each level is designed as a chapter within this living book, so every stage has its own theme and story feel. The idea of a world built entirely inside a book shapes how the game looks, how levels are structured, and how secrets are hidden throughout.
It pops after a while. Creatures and making discoveries. You'll be able to do more and find even more things. Rather interesting creatures. Let's take a look at... This time, it turned pink. You can name it. Or you can ask Mr. E for an idea.
Neverway is a darker take on the farming life sim format. You play as Fiona, a woman who walks away from her stressful daily life and moves to a remote island to start fresh. Early on, the game does feel familiar, farming crops, meeting villagers, building relationships, settling into island life. But the story shifts when Fiona becomes indebted to a dead god and is pulled into a role she never chose. A nightmare dimension called Neverway begins seeping into the real world, and that quiet island life starts to fall apart. The contrast between the calm farming setup and the supernatural pressure that builds over time gives the game an unsettling atmosphere that grows the longer you play. Questmaster is a game built around designing dungeons as much as it is about exploring them. The creation tools let you build your own levels from scratch, placing traps, enemies, puzzles, and secrets wherever you want. You can construct lava caves, ancient ruins, forest areas, or desert temples using a drag-and-drop system designed to be straightforward to use. Once players start experimenting, the range of what you can build gets surprisingly wide, but the game also includes a full story mode to play through. You follow Lance, a young dungeon architect who travels with companions including Princess Javelin and a rabbit thief named Shiv. Their journey takes them across multiple regions filled with monsters, corrupted lands, and a growing threat to their world. So there is a structured narrative running alongside the creative side of the game. Orbitals is a cooperative game built entirely around two-player teamwork, designed to be played with a partner from beginning to end. You control two young explorers named Maki and Amura, whose home space station gets trapped inside a mysterious cosmic storm. The only way forward is to work together and venture into unknown regions of space to find a way out. The game uses asymmetric co-op mechanics, meaning both players take on different roles at the same time. One might be piloting a spacecraft through asteroid fields while the other manages tools, puzzles, or onboard systems. That division of responsibilities means constant communication is required throughout. The game has a bright, colorful look with a retro sci-fi style and draws clear inspiration from classic anime. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales uses the HD 2D visual style seen in games like Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default, but moves away from turn-based combat into full action-based combat instead. The story is set in a world where humanity's last safe territory, the Kingdom of Huther, is protected by a magical barrier holding back surrounding beast tribes. When ancient ruins are discovered outside the kingdom, Elliot and his fairy companion Faye set out to investigate. What begins as a simple expedition turns into a journey that spans multiple time periods, uncovering secrets that stretch back 1,000 years. The shift to action combat combined with the time-spanning narrative makes this one of the more distinct entries in the HD 2D lineup.
No existence. I have never sought power.
Adventure across Philadelphia. Age of safekeeping.
But the kingdom is utterly dependent on the princess and her spell of safe.
Townseek is set in a hand-drawn world called Explora, where you travel across the skies in your own customizable airship. There is no rigid story path pushing you forward. The game is built around free exploration, letting you visit towns, meet characters, and uncover secrets spread across forests, deserts, volcanoes, icy regions, and ocean areas. Alongside exploration, there are many activities woven into the experience. You can trade goods between towns, take on quests to build your reputation, fish, mine artifacts, grow exotic fruits, and upgrade or decorate your airship. The game mixes all of these activities into one open adventure, so progress comes from engaging with whatever interests you at any given moment. Ratatan is a rhythm-based game and serves as a spiritual follow-up to the classic Patapon series. You command groups of small warriors called Kobans by issuing rhythm-based inputs, telling them when to move forward, attack, defend, or pull back, all in time with the music. Getting the timing right and keeping a rhythm going creates a flow that makes each run feel satisfying. The game also adds roguelike elements, so each run plays out differently. You collect rewards, unlock abilities, and build up your squad over time to take on tougher encounters. There is also cooperative multiplayer, where coordination between players becomes a key part of the experience. The combination of rhythm mechanics, squad strategy, and roguelike progression gives the game several layers to work with as you continue playing. Digimon Storytime Stranger is a monster-collecting RPG coming to Nintendo Switch, and it leans heavily into story compared to earlier entries in the series. The game begins with a large-scale disaster that destroys an entire city, triggering a mystery that stretches across the human world and the digital world. Uncovering what really happened involves secrets tied to multiple worlds, timelines, and realities. Combat follows the classic turn-based format, but the depth comes from the sheer number of Digimon available to collect, train, and evolve. There are hundreds of creatures in the roster, each with different evolution paths and abilities. Building a team means experimenting with those paths and finding combinations that fit your preferred approach, whether that focuses on raw power or on team synergy.
Efforts of the Great Guardian, your Aegeomon.
Elves who are capable of coexisting with Digimon.
I realize that life has done.
Go at once and eliminate Aegeomon.
along with Inori Misono.
Incidents. We've come someplace very far away. A different world and...
Grave Seasons takes the structure of a farming simulator and places a murder mystery at its center. You arrive in the town of Ashenridge after escaping prison, looking to start over. The beginning plays like a standard farming sim, growing crops, fishing, mining, selling goods, and meeting the locals. You build relationships with villagers and work on rebuilding your reputation. Then murders begin happening in town, and someone living among the residents is behind them, a supernatural killer hiding in plain sight. The tension of uncovering who is responsible runs underneath all the normal farming activities, so the relaxed day-to-day routine sits alongside a growing sense of danger that does not go away.
Be wary. Lay low. Idle hands are the devil's playground. Make something of yourself, things out. That resourcefulness will keep you out of trouble. Or land you for yourself. While you still can.
Ascenders Beyond the Peak is a survival game set on dangerous mountain peaks, filled with ancient artifacts and hidden threats. Rather than playing as a single character, you lead a team of climbers on high-risk expeditions. The environment works against you constantly. Collapsing rock faces, avalanches, toxic vegetation, and unpredictable terrain are all part of each ascent. Deeper into the mountains, there are also Lovecraftian horrors waiting to be encountered. The core mechanic that holds everything together is the rope system. Your climbers are physically connected, so positioning and movement decisions affect the whole team. You anchor ropes, pull teammates to safety, and carefully manage everyone's placement to avoid disaster. Each character class also brings different tools and abilities, which means planning the makeup of your team matters as much as managing them during the climb itself.
Save one life, you may lose another. And every step higher will... Ice is only the beginning. Men believe they are made of stone and ice, but they are...